Hey parents, this is Mrs. Wishart, and I just wanted to make a quick video to give you a couple of highlights from last week. And also, first of all, it's great to be back with students. So thank you for sharing your students with us, and I'm slowly learning everyone's name. I learn a couple new names each day, so hopefully by the end of this week I'll have everybody's name down. I wanted to give you a couple of highlights from last week. One of the things that we did is that we taught the 7th graders how we wanted them to fill out and code their agendas. Oops, sorry here. So first of all, they're asked to either copy down their assignments, or if they didn't have any assignments, their homework. And if they did have an assignment, they needed to copy down the due date. They also need to code it in Google Classroom or hard copy. If the assignment is finished or no homework, then they need to put a check mark by it. If they have homework, then they need to circle it or underline it in color. So there's 4 things that they need to be marked: either the assignment or activity, coded Google Classroom or hard copy, the due date, and then either a check mark or a circle. We really encourage you to ask to see your 7th graders' agenda every night, at the end of every week, halfway through the week. And we're really using this as a tool of communication between home and school. So they have been taught this. Each teacher has on their board what they're supposed to write down. So this is one way that you can see what's being assigned and if they're keeping up with the work. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is our reading expectations at the middle school. We do not have AR at the middle school, but we still want students to be able to read books of their choice. And on Wednesdays, actually, students will be provided time during the school day to read on their own. So they have access to 3 different ways to get books. One is through our school library. Students are not allowed to go into the library, so everything has to be done over the computer. We showed them how to use OPAC, our library search engine, last week. They practiced finding books. They practiced emailing Mrs. Heiberger with books that they wanted, and then she will come and find them and hand deliver the books to them. The other thing we did is we got library cards for all the students from the Bradford Memorial Library, which then they have access to digital books. So everyone loaded this Libby app, and we did this in class together, this Libby app on their Chromebooks. And then once they get in there, I'm going to go to the library part. They have access to audio, just like as if you were in a library. So we talked about how different families have different expectations and what's right and what's not right for different families. So to be sure and keep that in mind. And we showed them how to go to the juvenile literature, and then there's just tons and tons of stuff that they can do. They can look at by genre, then they can click on more, and they've got fantasy, humor, just mystery, just everything. So students practiced and found, some students checked out books on here. There's audiobooks, there's ebooks, and this is downloaded right to their Chromebook, so they always have access to a book. It can also be put on their Kindle and on their phone, but I told them that they would have to figure that out on their own time. So that is another opportunity for books. The third thing that they're going to have, well, let me back up. So within this Libby app, once they have stuff, they can go to their shelf, and it's going to show them what books they have on loan. They can show any that they have on hold. In other words, there's not enough titles to go around, so they're in line to get it. And then when they're finished with the book, they can tag it like, it was really good, I didn't like it, whatever. The great thing about this is that the due date, once the book is due, it just disappears from their Chromebook. So there's no like overdues or anything else. It's already pre-done for them. And right now it's on a 7-day. They can have a book for 7 days. The third opportunity to get books is going to be through our Amplify library, which is going to be our curriculum this year. It's digital. We have the print version of the books, but it's also digital, and there's a digital library. We're hoping our kids will get uploaded this week, and there's tons of books on there that they can also have access to. So they should never not have a book. And actually, on Monday and Tuesday this week in my classroom, they're going to create some digital book logs of what they are reading and what they want to read. So they should have a plan for always reading. So that's all I have for this week. As Amplify gets up and running, I will share more about that. I think it's going to be easier to show you than to try to talk you through it without having the digital access for it. So I hope everything is going well. If you guys have any questions or anything else, please don't hesitate to let me know. I will get my syllabus uploaded on the CLP website next week and go over it with the students at the end of this week. Thank you, and we shall see you soon.